I'm going to be tearing down Purdy and Figg today. And the reason why is because my rule of one framework, which I'm going to be talking about, was largely inspired by brands like Purdy and Figg. For some context, Purdy and Figg is at least a £40 million brand, 90% of which comes from this website we're seeing. And the first thing you want to sort of realize here when you look at the website is they do not have a product catalog. They essentially they're driven by an offer. And brands that are driven by offers tend to be growing very fast. Another point to make here is these guys are not an e-commerce business. They're not even a cleaning business. So just to give you some context, they have these products, these concentrates here that they give you, right? If you're not familiar with the brand. And these concentrates essentially are poured into this spray bottle, and then you add water to it. And once you add water to it, you're good to clean. So they essentially sell counter cleaning products, essentially, for your kitchen, your house, and you could see people using it here. Now, I wouldn't say that their business is counter cleaning. What their core business is they sell subscriptions, basically. And to better understand this, you just need to look at their offer. When you tap on their offer, you'll see that they have a limited time offer, basically. So we're in Easter and we're about to get into the Easter period, if you're watching this. So it's Easter hosting scents, special edition Davidoff scent, and exclusive accessories chosen by Fern. Fern, I think, is one of their founders. And then this is the spring seasonal scent. So essentially just 3 other scents. So if you look at this, they have about 6 SKUs on offer, basically, in pairs. And then they have a nice products image here. I also like to do this teardowns on mobiles because most people are going to be browsing by mobile. So I'm going to do a mobile version. Before I tap the next button, just to give you some context. So for the Easter scents, as I showed you initially, Davidoff, peppermint and eucalyptus, patchouli and cedarwood, and then for the seasonal, sea fennel and salt, peppermint and eucalyptus, lemon and marjoram. So that's it, 6 SKUs. That's what their offer is, right? Now let's look at what this looks like from a mobile perspective. Very, very simple website. I'm going to hit refresh just to give you some context. So imagine I'm a mobile browser here and I'm scrolling through. Okay, I say, get your happy place ready for Easter. Okay, this is Fern. Okay, Fern is actually some celebrity or something. I don't know what it is. Feel good about cleaning, effortlessly effective, natural power, sensationally scented, fresh as Davidoff's. I think this is a brand combination, Fern Cotton. Yeah, it's a brand combo. Again, you guys might laugh at me if I don't know who Fern is, if you know who Fern is and I don't know who Fern is. But what you will notice here basically is the fact that the experience here is choose a scent. So I just want to show you something again. If you tap on get offer, it takes you to the offer and it says get a scent. So these are their scents. And then down here is their seasonal scent. What I also want to do is kind of like break down certain things for you with regards to what an offer would look like. So we know what their offer looks like. The offer starts at £15, as you could see. So the spring seasonal is £15, and the Easter, which is for a short period, is £20. We know that. Now, what happens if we tap on, say, spring, the cheaper one? What will happen essentially is that you'd be taken into this. which is save and subscribe. So here they're giving us 3 spring seasonal refills. They're worth £24 according to them. But you wonder why this is £43 and then this is £15, but that doesn't really matter. A glass bottle for life, it's worth £15. So just notice what's going on here. And then a microfiber cloth worth £4. So in my head, I'm thinking that, wow, these guys are giving me over £50 worth of value. So this is 24 plus 29. That's easily £53 worth of value for only £15. Oh my God, as in I want to get it. And then in this other scenario here, if I want to purchase this £15 one time, it is £25, right? And I'm thinking, should I go for £15 today or £25? It says deliver every 90 days, cancel anytime. So I look at it again, there's more reinforcement further down there. It's still the same page, by the way, still the same home page. It's just that the offer, this is slid through. Now, the moment I tap on this, I'm not going to tap on it yet because there's something in my cart. I'm going to remove this from my cart. Right, so the moment I tap on this, I'm going to be taken to checkout directly. But what's quite interesting with the cart is, like, you could still shop. So it's not like they don't have a catalog. They do have a catalog. It's just the catalog will be more, it'd be more accustomed to people who already shop with them. I might be completely wrong here, but they do have a catalog. But the offer that they're presenting, the default offer they're presenting is this. Now, if we're to go back and we're to tap on Easter scent, which is the more expensive one, which is £20, notice again, that's the offer stack there. £44 worth of, is it £44? No, this is 21 plus, this is 25. This is £50 worth of value, for £20. Oh, wow, I'm going to get this. And then this is a default to about 30 if you're going to buy it one time. What I want to kind of show you is, like, when brands like this are, when brands like this are presenting offers like this, they always think about their contribution margin. They think about their LTV to CAC ratio. So they need to get the financials first right. And it's so important to do that, because if you don't have the financials, you can't really architect an offer. So this is purely an architected offer. I'm going to go for the seasonal, and then you see what's going to happen in checkout. So definitely the default, which most people are going to go for. You could see the emphasis they're putting here, which is best value. So you could see how big this is in comparison to this. There's the psychology behind this. Bigger. We're attracted to bigger just bigger things in general. Your eye focus is here. So this is going to be, and this is set to default. There's a lot of default. And when you tap on try it risk free, you just tap on that. Let's go to try it risk free. You're taken straight to checkout. There's an order summary here. And there are a few things I want to show you here. £43 struck out. So you're feeling that, Jesus, and like, these guys are doing me a favor, even though this might not necessarily be the case. And once you put in all your details, obviously, if you have Shop Pay installed, it's just going to make things a lot easier. What I want to take you to is the detail here, so you kind of understand the offer. So recurring total every 90 days, about £20. So this £15 goes up to £20. Now let's just do the calculation for what the CLTV would look like from a this is from a 1 year perspective. I'm just assuming that most people stay for 1 year without churning. The beauty about 90 days is the fact that you don't get that bill coming in every day, every month. It is 90 days, so that you're only going to be billed once a year, once every 3 months, once a quarter, which is fine. So if we're to sort of do the calculation of, so look at it again, they're doing some reinforcement here, which is total savings of £28. Again, is it really £28? Well, I don't really think so, but this is another upsell. So you could add that upsell to increase it. Not sure what the uptake for this is, but it's another upsell. I'm just going to delete it now and assume that most people just use the £15. So they're about 3 months. So let's put a 20.4 times 3. Obviously, those are for the 3 times you're going to be charged a year, plus this introductory offer, which is £15. So basically, as you can see, most people who default to this option would be spending £76.20 a year. And somehow these guys are going to have to figure out what their COGS are in here. So I'm assuming their COGS are super low at this price point per year per customer. I'm also assuming that they're shipping. Obviously, that you're paying for shipping. So this shipping fee, I think the shipping fee is about £2.95. I'm hoping that it covers shipping. It's a letterbox, by the way. It's a letterbox format that they use. And what else? They have to cover their picking and their warehouse or 3PL cost. They have to cover their marketing. They have to cover their staff. It's very challenging for me to see how these guys are profitable at this price point. What I think is happening is people are buying more. People are buying more, and they have a very strong referral marketing strategy. Because if you think about their CAC is probably, their new customer acquisition cost would be probably £50, £50. And somehow they have to figure that out with all of this. I should have added the shipping, because obviously the customers pay for shipping. But what I want to emphasize here is the fact that to grow a business, a profitable business, they say they're profitable. You do not need to have multiple SKUs. You keep it simple, like how these guys are keeping it simple, and you understand your unit economics. Your financial. You're just understanding what your finances are, your contribution margin, as I said, your LTV to CAC ratio, and you should be fine. I'll be tearing down more brands like this that use the rule of one. The rule of one is a methodology. I would share it in the description of this video about how the rule of one works, and it uses certain first principles here. Not every first principle, because I think their unit economics isn't. I just don't know. I need to speak to them to better understand how much do people really spend every year, and I'm thinking people return to top up and buy a bit more. That's it for now, and expect more of this on at least a weekly basis. Cheers.